What's going on, guys? This is the loyal BBN fan, and I am proud to be back here for another episode. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I truly do appreciate all you guys' support. We're going to have a good time today. We're going to talk about 4 or 5 different topics on today's podcast, and I think it's going to be pretty enjoyable. You guys can catch me. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Google Play. I'm on Stitcher. The links are down below in the description of my YouTube video. You guys can just check it out. And I definitely, truly do appreciate you guys' support and helping me out with this. It means a great deal to me. And we're going to just have fun with this today. I'm going to touch on green today. Just going to get that out of the way. Ain't going to be on that too long. The tremendous job that Josh Allen has done in his career here at Kentucky. Of course, we got to talk about Cal and the basketball team and the win yesterday over Utah. And then I'm going to finish it off with Baker and just end it on a great note. So let's just get started with this. So this week has been a strange week, I guess you could say, in a sense. It's just been so much just been going on this week in UK basketball. And so many questions as far as where we at and what we got going on and what direction are we headed in. Are we even any good? And then, of course, Quade Green drops a bit. I'm leaving, and I look at it like this. I like Quade. My daughter's a huge fan of Quade Green, and she loved when Quade would hit a jump shot, and she would be able to say, Quade Green. So she was kind of sad when she got out of school, and I had to tell her about it. Let her know that that Quade would no longer be a part of Kentucky Wildcats. But we do and always will continue to wish him, like we do everyone else who comes to Kentucky and decides that they have a different path that they need to take. One thing that I have to really keep in mind with this is we all make career decisions. We all change things. We all have hopes of going into a job, and this is going to be the job that I'm going to have for a long time, and it don't work out, and you just feel like you just need to go somewhere else, and you need a new start or whatever. But I think that's the same case with Quade, and we have to respect him. He went ahead and just decided that he didn't want to stay 2 more days. 2 more games and sleep on it. He decided that now was the time for him, that him and his family decided that it was time for him to move on and find him a new home. So wherever Quade Green lands at, we truly do appreciate what you did here while you was at Kentucky. We appreciate you being a fine young man. Never was an issue off or on the court, and we really appreciate you. And we just want to say we wish you and your family the very best, and we hope you have success wherever you choose to go. We will still root for Quade Green because, as we say, once a Wildcat, you're always a Wildcat. Well, it has its asterisk mark beside a few names, but I won't go into that right now. But overall, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. So we appreciate you, Quade Green. Josh Allen, he's continued to rise. And first of all, the guy, he's special. He's a special kind of player. And us here at UK, maybe we take those type of players for granted because maybe we don't have those type of caliber players, coming out of Kentucky. And I think if I'm correct, the last big name player to come out at such height as him was Tim Couch. Excuse me. We had some guys that come out, here in the past few years that have been really, really good. But as far as really just standing out with the national media attention as such, we have to recognize that for what it is. And Josh came here to UK being pretty much, I use this term lightly, but in the sports world, pretty much a nobody. And look where he's at now. So that's a strong testament of whatever you're doing in life, whether it's sports, whether it's your career, whether it's being parents, kids, or whatever. It ain't where you start at, it's where you finish. And you have to keep that up, and you have to exemplify what it means to be a young man who wears a uniform at the University of Kentucky. And he did it at a high level, and we truly appreciate him. Now, as for the bowl game for him and Benny's going to play in a bowl game. From the looks of it, Josh is too. I mean, Josh is rising up he's rising up. I think the last time I seen him, he was like number 9, projected to go through the lines. So, yeah. So we have to see how that goes. I mean, he's a baller, man. He's a baller. He know he is. And one thing about Josh is his confidence level is high. And when your confidence level can get that high, the sky is not even the limit, because you can go above that. And I think he took advantage of what he did, coming back for another year. Well, it speaks for itself. It has truly helped him in where he's trying to go at and where he will go at. And let's just say his family won't have very much to worry about in the near future as far as financial being stable. So definitely hats off to him. We say congratulations and thank you for all that you did for the University of Kentucky. And we truly appreciate it. Thank you, Josh, and go Cats. All right, let's talk about Cal and our win yesterday over Utah. Started out a little rough, we gave those guys, as I just spoke about, we gave those guys confidence that they can play at Kentucky, at Rupp Arena, against the Wildcats. We gave them that confidence. And since we gave them that confidence, then you know what? That's how they played. They played up to what we allowed them to play to, and we allowed them to play with confidence. And they were shooting good. But I have to say, once we got it together, we played Kentucky basketball. And that was a good game that we played yesterday. And, I mean, I think we only had like 6 turnovers the whole ball game. That's awesome, guys. That is really awesome how we took care of the ball. We got a long way to go. We still figuring out this point guard thing and how to get it going and, who's going to step up and be a leader. But one thing for sure, Keldon Johnson, he played his butt off yesterday. He went 5 from 5 from 3-pointers yesterday to start with, and it was really good to see that guy have that confidence. Tyler Hero shot the ball a little better yesterday. We still think he can do a lot better than what he did. But, he got some confidence and he was able to go out there. And sometimes as a shooter, whether you shooting a 3-pointer, shooting a free throw, or just a layup, all you need sometimes as a shooter is just to see the ball go through the nets. And he saw the ball go through the nets, and he had some good steals yesterday. And he was on it yesterday. It was like his almost like his coming out party. Like, okay, I gotta break out of this slump, and I'm gonna keep shooting. And whatever I gotta do besides having my deadly 3-point shot, then I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing that until my shot falls. And it was good just to see him shoot the ball yesterday. Reed did what Reed does, and Reed took care of business, and we can appreciate that by what he's doing. Still got to talk about PJ, though. Yesterday, in my opinion, PJ and EJ, I mean, they could have played a lot better yesterday. And PJ being a starter and being, as they say, we can't win a championship without PJ. We need PJ to be at his game, and he needs to have 5 games on and half of a game off, because we can't afford to have him. He's back. He's a sophomore. He dealt with all the stress of being a freshman last year and still played very good. So he needs to step up his game this year and play bigger than what he has been. The thing about it is we can't allow teams to have confidence against us. We gotta have that killer instinct in us that we're gonna shut you down before it even gets started. And once we have that attitude, then I think we don't have to worry about playing from behind, exerting so much energy of catching up and then leaving you. Like we did yesterday. We need to get ahead and we need to stay ahead. But everything's not going to be perfect. And that's the good thing. I've always told people that I don't care if we're down some points in the game. That doesn't bother me because once you experience what it feels like to be down, then in the longer run, i.e. March Madness, when you get down, you don't panic. See, some of these teams, they go and they blow out teams all year, and they win. They're before, even after tip off, they're already up 10-0 on these teams. So when they get down, they don't understand. They don't know how to fight through that because they haven't experienced that. Now, would I like to see UK come in here and just blow everybody out and win by 40? Of course, every fan wants their team to do that. But what kind of team do you know you have if you guys are never battle tested? And even though we're going to play some better teams than Utah, and we're going to be down by some better teams than Utah, the most important thing is, how do we stick together as a team? Who's going to step up as the leader and says, we got this, guys. We're going to do this and we're going to win this. I don't care what the score looks like right now. We're going to stick together and we're going to fight and we're going to win this ball game. That's what it's all about when it comes March. And I think us being down in pretty much every game that we played so far this year, then I think it's good because we're battle tested and we don't just lay down and just put our heads down. So that's really good. I think Cal is still working with them, and of course he will be. Cal's looking for somebody to take charge on the floor so he doesn't have to every time. Cal doesn't want to have to call out every single play. Cal wants that one guy that says, Cal, I got it. Sit down. I'm your floor general. Replacing a Tyler Ulis is a lot. It's a lot. That guy knew what he was doing. He was a real floor general. And replacing him has been a little bit difficult for us. But we got to find a way to get, for Quigley and Hagens to really say, this is our team. It goes where we go. And because every team that's won a championship, you look back in history, and every last one of them has always had a great point guard. So we definitely got to have a great point guard who can lead out there on the floor and make sure our guys are where they're supposed to be at. But overall, it was a good win yesterday, and it felt good to see us actually put our foot on someone's throat and let them know that you leading us in the beginning of the game was a mistake, and now we're here, and now you're not. So that felt good, and you didn't have to worry about it at the end of the ball game. Oh my God! Is it going to come down? What's going to happen, and are we going to lose? So it felt good yesterday just to put all that to sleep, and you didn't have to get your blood pressure all up worrying about what was going to happen by the end of the game. So great wins, Cats, against Utah yesterday, and let's keep it rolling when we go to North Carolina, which would be a huge challenge. Those guys beat Gonzaga last night convincingly by 13 at home. So, they see what happens to us against Duke. They see how we got beat by Seton Hall. So to them, maybe they will underestimate us, but they're going to come in and they're going to be ready to play. And they're going to want to cut our heads off too. So we definitely got to show up. We got to have a good week of practice, and we got to show up Saturday afternoon to play those guys, and we got to play like we're there to win. And that's how that goes. So my last topic, Jamal Baker. The guy came in yesterday, and you know what? I was kind of curious. I mean, first of all, he got in so late in the game. I was kind of curious, or I was kind of confused on why it took so long for them to give him the ball. It was like we made when he came in, it's like we made 4 or 5 buckets before he even touched the ball one time. So I was kind of curious on why they didn't give him the ball and give him a chance. But I tell you what, we've been hearing since he's got here. We heard from Shea last year about the best shooter on the team was Jamal Baker. Yesterday we saw his stroke, guys. we saw his stroke and he looked good. I think it was funny because I think I seen somebody say, "Yo, man, did the Nets even move?" Well, I think one time they didn't. I think it fell right to the bottom. That's how pretty it was. And so I mean, where do we go with this? How does Cal integrate him into more playing time? Is he in game shape? Is he ready for the speed of it since he's been gone for so long? I mean, how vital is he to beating North Carolina next weekend? Is he somebody that's just gonna have to get about 20, maybe about anywhere from about 15 to 20 minutes of play time and at least about 10 shots up? Is that going to be the case for us to beat North Carolina next weekend? I don't know, but it would be a shame to leave him on the bench and not use him and see what he really can offer in a big game situation. You can always tell people who are of quality because big people play big in big games, and that's going to be a big game because we need that defining win on our record this year. We need to go into North Carolina and we need to beat them because, of course, they're going to go down from number 12 to probably something else or whatever they was in the country. They're going to drop since they beat Gonzaga because Gonzaga now lost 2 in a row now. They got beat by Tennessee, who's looking very good, very, very, very good. And then they got beat by North Carolina, of course, last night. So North Carolina is going to go down. They're going to be in the top 10. So for us to go for us to go and beat them will be huge for us, huge. So hopefully we can go in and get this win, and hopefully Jamal Baker would definitely have an input into that equation of us beating North Carolina. I just hope Cal, I don't know how, but I'm not sure how Cal forgot he was even on the bench. That don't make any sense, but it is what it is. It was good to see him on the floor yesterday. It was good to see him get some shots up. So as they wrote last night, he's the best shooter currently in the history of Kentucky basketball at 100%. He's only taken 2 shots. He's only hit 2 shots. So he's the best shooter right now. So if he was to end his career today, he will be the all-time greatest shooter in Kentucky history, unless you do a minimum of 3 games. And then he's out. But you guys get what I'm saying. He got a nice stroke, and I just hope we really use him a whole lot more in the upcoming games to really see if he's really what we really need him to be. So thank you guys for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys listening to the show. Thank you for watching my video. I really do appreciate it very much. Once again, you can find me on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Spreaker. But more importantly, all you got to do is just look down in the description of my YouTube video, and you can find everything you need on how you can help and follow and support. I really appreciate it so much. And as always, we are the Kentucky Wildcats, and we ended on 1, 2, 3 cats.